Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Scavell was unable to attend today, but he asked that I to ask some questions on his behalf. But before I jump into my questions, I want to echo Chairman Adolph and thank you for your leadership of the department and also the proactive communication which you've provided to us in the legislature on issues like the UC call system. So the first question is a more macro question regarding the budget and the overall employment situation here in Pennsylvania. You talked in your remarks about the growth in the labor force. Can you talk about that growth and the interplay with the unemployment rate in our state?
There's really three figures that you need to look at when you look at unemployment and the growth of jobs. One is the unemployment rate, the other is the growth of public and private jobs in the state, and the other is the growth of labor force. And the labor force in Pennsylvania is second in the nation. It was first last month, it's now second in the nation. We seem to be flipping back and forth with Texas. What that means is a lot of people are entering the labor force in Pennsylvania. That's a very, very positive sign. It means we have a very strong economy and people are very hopeful about that economy. Now, people may be joining the labor force because they're coming into Pennsylvania and they see opportunities here, so they're moving here, or there are people here who had given up looking for work and are now back in the labor force looking. So Pennsylvania, unlike a lot of states, its labor force is expanding at a very rapid pace. It's
Great.
a positive sign for Pennsylvania.
Thank you. We already touched on Keystone Works. Can you maybe touch on some of the other workforce development programs that the department has been undertaking in the past year and the success of those efforts?
We've been working extensively at a robust job matching system for the citizens of Pennsylvania. We used to have an archaic job matching system that had 40,000 job postings, a mere 40,000. We've vamped that up. It's much easier to use, and our job postings now exceed 200,000. So when an individual is looking for work, they can go onto this program now, and there are a lot more jobs that they can reach into in Pennsylvania. We also developed a system to help individuals in their particular area and perhaps to explore different jobs that they may look into, and that's PA Career Coach. We have a gem of a department within labor and industry that are labor statistics that will not readily made available to all the individuals in the state. And it's a wealth of information. It's very valuable information for someone looking for work and for someone looking for an employee. An individual now can go on this site, plug in where they live or where they would like to work. If you're in Harrisburg and you determine that I can commute 25-mile radius, you put that into the computer. You put into the computer what you think you're interested in doing. Let's say it's bookkeeping, 25-mile radius. It will give you the labor statistics for bookkeeping. It will tell you what the average salary for that position is. It will tell you whether that position, that job, is trending up or trending down. It will give you that position and positions around it, perhaps accounting, which is a little bit higher pay scale, and something of a clerk level below that. It will then give you what you need as far as training in order to enter that job. It will then give you the open positions within that 25-mile radius or whatever radius you put in. So these are valuable tools with real-time labor statistics for anyone in Pennsylvania that they can now access. Those are two of the things, along with Keystone Works, that we've been working on.
Okay, thank you. The last question I have is that there's been a lot of press on UC fraud prevention and cracking down on things like inmates collecting UC benefits. Can you talk a little bit about how that has been proceeding, and also what else can we in the General Assembly do to crack down on fraud and misuse of the UC system?
We've instituted a very successful program in terms of preventing the fraud in the first place. Pennsylvania always had the ability to cross-check people applying for unemployment with the state prison system. But there's a much larger inmate population in all the county prisons, and that was not done. Why it was not done, I don't know. But we've now tapped into JNet, Justice Network. And everyone entering into a county prison can be cross-matched with anyone applying for unemployment. You're not allowed to have unemployment while you're in prison, and we immediately stop the application or the payment at that point. It has been widely successful in terms of saving money thus far. This is a scam that, as you can imagine, in the prison system, spread like wildfire. And way too many people who did not deserve the money for unemployment were taking it away from those who do. So we've been, have implemented that program. It's been very successful. I will tell you another program that we're implementing. It's still in its infancy stages. But you can also, on the computer, have the IP address of someone applying for benefits. New York did this. We went up to New York to discuss how they did this. We now can flag applications that come from other parts of the world, India, places in Africa, Europe, all applying for benefits. We can tag that they're all coming from a foreign IP address. So these are things, when technology works, they work well. When technology doesn't work, it's a problem. But those are two aspects where technology is working well, and before it even becomes an overpayment or fraud or a problem, we're able to stop it and save the fund and the Commonwealth money.
Great. Well, thank you, Madam Secretary. We in the General Assembly certainly look forward to continue to work with you on improving the job climate here in Pennsylvania and also the UC system.